Hey, I'm just going to do a quick video about rights. Um, a right to me is God-given. It's granted by birth, or however you want to put it. By being humans, we have what rights. You know, our country's pretty much the only ones that recognizes those rights, but they don't, and we don't as a whole. I believe that every free person has equal rights. You know, a lot of people, especially in the second A community, use the term law abiding, and when they say that, they don't even know what they're saying. To be honest with you, I hate the term because have you ever want a tenth of a mile an hour over the speed limit 20 years ago? If so, you're not law abiding. But that's a different conversation. Um, but a lot of people in the second amendment community will raise their hand and say, we have the right to bear arms, but then point the finger and say that person doesn't have the right to bear arms. And then we'll justify it by that person being a felon or mentally ill. Well, what if they go crazy and hurt somebody? Or, well, they killed 5 people. Well, if they killed 5 people and they went to prison, why in the hell did they get out? Who let them out? That's the issue. The issue isn't the felon having a firearm in society. The issue is if they're so dangerous, why'd they get out? Because the gun community will use the argument that a gun is a tool, and if somebody wants to kill somebody, they'll use a car or whatever. It doesn't matter. They will use something. But then they use that same argument turned around the other way because of felons. They don't believe that a felon can use anything to kill somebody. They want to limit their ability to kill somebody by saying they don't have the right to bear arms. It makes no sense. It really doesn't limit them, because the truth is, any felon that woke up this morning and said, I want a firearm, has one right now. They just want about a different way of getting it. They have a buddy that breaks into houses and, specifically seeks out firearms to steal and then sells them on the street or whatever. The genie's out of the bottle with the firearms. There's over 400 million firearms in this country. Um, but you can't raise your hand and say, I have a right, if you don't believe everybody has that right. Because then you don't believe in rights, you believe in privileges to be taken by whoever for whatever reason. And that's a big reason why the second A community is facing what they are today, or what we are today, is that the majority of us are so willing to point the finger at somebody else and say, oh, you don't have that right, but we want to raise our hand and say that we do. You can't do both. You can't point the finger and say, no, you don't have a right, and then raise your hand and say, I have a right, because when you do that, you don't have a right, you have a privilege that you'll agree with some being taken from some people, but not from others. And that just leaves the door open for somebody to think that you shouldn't have a right. We see this happening now, and they're going to keep coming at it, man. And until everybody gets on the same page, it's just going to keep getting worse. And now the snowball is halfway down the hill, so it's picking up. So anyway, just think about that for a second. What is a right, and what is it to you? And then, is it that to everybody else too? I think we can all agree, if we really think for ourselves, that everyone has equal rights, and there's the law's not always moral or even right for that matter. But have a good day, y'all.